Now, focus. Come on, camera. Hello everybody, it's me. How's it going? I hope you are well. It has been a while, I know. But we are on track. I have flamingos today. Very fetching. And sorry about the puffy eyes. It is August. And I have hay fever. Joy. So we're just gonna have to put up with that. I will try not to sneeze at you on camera. So, month 2, the platformer. How did it go? Medium? Medium. I think medium. Probably. I made a really big mistake putting the platformer so early. I should have stuck with all the very minimal games first, all the UI heavy games. Things like obviously the visual novel being first, I think was a really good choice. And then the text adventure, the logic match 3 game, maybe even the photography game. Things like that should have all been first. But partly I was thinking that I know platformers. I like platformers. I play platformers. And I've watched a bunch of tutorials about how to make platformers over the years in various different game engines. So I thought I knew what I was doing. And I was like, oh, that's easy. I'll put that really early. Because then it's not all the same types of games all at once. Which on the surface makes sense, wanting to kind of mix it up a bit. But in practice was not a good idea. I did not have the experience necessary to pull it off. There was too many mechanics heavy things going on. Things didn't come together the same way that they did for the visual novel. I mean, I've never made a visual novel before, and yet things came together really well. And I had massive problems with some things that people really had to help me debug. A lot of the time they were little stupid mistakes, and I was just too new to see what those mistakes were, and they were really easy to debug. Sometimes they took a bit of effort, but we managed to figure them out. This time, it was just everything was really hard from the start. Things took ages to come together. Trying to expand the save and load system from last time didn't happen. Moving platforms I never got completely fixed. Rotating platforms I never got fixed. Swimming, like I say, never happened. Burrowing never happened at all. And I really wanted to kind of treat this like the visual novel. I really wanted as much stuff as would make a platformer as possible condensed down. So I'm kind of disappointed with how much I got done. On the surface, it did achieve what it was supposed to achieve. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose because I think my end result was a platformer, right? It is quintessentially a platformer. You run and you jump over stuff and you collect coffee beans, and looks and feels like a platformer. You can jump up the walls to get away from the enemies, but none of the components actually feels really good. I wouldn't say that any single component is completely polished or completely finished. So there's the character movement. The character can run and jump and crouch and crawl. They have gravity and acceleration and things. They have wall climbing, jump through and drop through platforms. None of those pieces feel like they're finished in a way. Everything could just do with more polish, whereas the visual novel last month, everything, each time I implemented something, I kind of got it to a point where I felt like it was done before adding another one. And I wish I'd done the same for this one. But I think if I had done the same for this one, I think you would have a blank screen with a character that could just walk back and forth and jump up and down, and that would be it. Which, maybe that would be enough. And I would still have learnt a ton about character controllers and how to make a character move on screen. That said, I think the month still achieved what it was supposed to achieve, and I'm kind of having a hard time wrapping my head around that. I'm kind of having a hard time accepting that even though, in my opinion, kind of so badly, it still taught me how to put these things together. It still taught me how to use tile maps to do platforms and things, it still taught me how to do gravity and physics and different collisions and how to have enemies chase the player and how to do collectibles and how to do wall jumping. It still fulfilled its purpose, and there's something I hate about that, because it's like I can't really be mad at the project for failing, because it didn't really fail. It just kind of feels a bit mediocre. It feels a bit like meh. Yeah, I kind of want to hate this one, but I sort of can't, but also kind of do. I think it's pretty much how we're gonna go with this one. It was technically a success, but I don't feel good about it. And I think that's entirely my own fault. I think I completely shot myself in the foot by having the platformers so early. The fact that I know the genre and like playing them wasn't enough. The fact that I like playing them and I thought I knew them and I'd watched tutorials wasn't enough. It was a lot heavier than I was expecting it to be. So, that being said about the platformer, it is done. I have camera. Come on. Really? Sort your life out, please. Moving on to month. Month 3 was gonna be the shmup, and I'm sorry to anybody who was really looking forward to it. It was gonna be, I think, shmup, and then I think tower defense or something. But as discussed, my list may have been a little out of order because of the whole platformer going completely wrong thing. Camera, come on, what are you doing? And so I have reordered some stuff, and so I've moved some of the games around. I will put the new list is definitely on the Discord, and will be on the Patreon as well. The next one is going to be a text adventure. So we're talking old school Zork style screen with a user input, and then the user can say, do something, go west, and then print out something that responds to it. And that's what we're aiming for. So we're aiming for a very simple back and forth. You get information, you respond to the information, you get new information, you respond to that. So that should be good, and I'm actually really looking forward to that one, even though it's a lot more simple of a game in sort of every level. Like that's, you see how many things that is layered together, whereas the text adventure is, how do I understand user input? It's like one task that I'm trying to achieve, and that feels a lot more correct for like this early on, as we're building complexity along the way. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Join me for that. Like I say, all the information of stuff is below. Join me on the Discord. You can get weekly devlogs and some odd bits and pieces. The Patreon gets all the devlogs plus like bonus sections of the devlogs. You also get early videos depending on your tier, and you get secret Discord channels as well. So yeah, all the information below. I hope to see you in there for my first weekly devlog, which will be up soon. For everybody who's not a patron, who gets this video the week that it comes out, hopefully this is like, you might be getting it on the same day the first week the devlog comes out. We'll fix that. We'll fix scheduling. But yeah, I will see you there. I look forward to bringing the challenge right down and focusing more on a single task, a single goal. Thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.